202.1 issued on March 12th of 2020, suspending the open meetings law. The Genesee County Legislature meeting will be held electronically via Zoom video conference instead of a public meeting open for the public to attend in person. Minutes of the meeting will be posted on the Genesee County website legislature page. Legislator Stein offered to assist with the audit. The prayer will be offered by Legislator Clattenburg, followed by the pledge to the flag. Legislator Clattenburg, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Maybe siren?
It would seem coming from Andrew.
Okay. Thank you. Let us pray. Dear Lord, we ask you for your help at this difficult time. We ask for your blessings on our healthcare workers, first responders, children and parents, and our elderly who are homebound more than ever. Help us to bear this struggle with patience and kindness towards all. We ask this in your name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. If we could have the legislator roll call, please.
Legislator Hilche.
Here.
Yonker.
Present.
Dibble.
Here.
Young.
I'm here.
Stein.
Present.
Torrey.
Here.
Dalio.
Here.
Plattenberg.
Here.
Mayha.
Present.
Thank you all. I would ask for proclamations or commendations, please.
Legislator Hilche has a commendation for National Corrections Officer Week.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have a proclamation to read here in recognition of the National Correctional Officers Week. And I see we have a group here with us. I'd like to welcome them in these crazy times. We have to have it on video, but nonetheless, I'd like to read this. Whereas on May 5th, 1984, President Ronald Reagan did proclaim that the first full week of May would be observed as National Correction Officers Week in recognition of the important role these officers play in our criminal justice system. And whereas in the year 2020, correctional officers continue to play that vital role, but in an ever more stressful environment due to the current pandemic sweeping our nation and the world. And whereas, even as President Reagan observed in his 1984 proclamation, the position of correctional officer, once considered merely that of a guard, has become increasingly more complex and demanding, involving simultaneously custodial, supervisory, rehabilitation, and the counseling roles, and that complexity continues to grow. And whereas the Genesee County Legislature wishes to acknowledge the difficult job we ask these correction officers to perform locked within a facility for a large part of their day, where they must securely, safely, and humanely keep those committed to the jail, respecting the rights and the dignity of all the inmates, including those who have been found guilty and those only awaiting just adjudication. And whereas the important and difficult role these correctional officers fulfill is not always recognized by the general public. And whereas the Genesee County Legislature is desirous of recognizing the exceptional work being done by the correctional officers at the Genesee County Jail. Now therefore be it resolved that the Genesee County Legislature does hereby declare the week of May 3rd through May 9th, 2020 to be Correctional Officers Week in Genesee County, and does offer these exceptional public servants gratitude for their conscientious service for the people of Genesee County. Signed by Chair Rochelle M. Stein and attested by me, John Hilche, Public Service Committee Chair. And I would like to add to that, that this proclamation spells out perfectly what they do. And I would like our correctional officers to know that we are so appreciative of the work that they do and the selfless duties that they go about day to day, and mostly unrecognized by the general public. And I would like to thank them.
Thank you, Legislator Hilchi. Good evening, corrections officers. Would you like to offer a comment back to your legislators, please?
We'd like to thank you for the recognition for the work that we do. It is unrecognized often by the general public, but it's a job that we do and we all love. So thank you.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a comment.
Legislator Mahon.
From my previous life, I know that the COs over at the Genesee County Jail work hard. They're a dedicated bunch of individuals. They deal with a very tough population. Many of the inmates who come in there are addicted to either drugs, alcohol, mental health issues, or any combination thereof. I just want to thank them personally and commend them for a great job. I know they work under difficult conditions, including the current jail, the condition that it's in. And again, I commend them for a great job.
Thank you, Legislator Mahon. And again, our heartfelt appreciation for a difficult job. We greatly appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would ask for an approval of the prior meeting's minutes, please, from April 8th.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Legislator Clattenburg and Legislator Mahon. Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Legislator Clattenburg,
Yes.
Mahon,
Yes.
Hilchi,
Yes.
Yunker,
Yes.
Dibble,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Torrey,
Yes.
Dalio.
Yes.
The minutes have been approved. Committee and special assignment reports, please. Hearing
Not
none.
many committees going on.
Well, I think that's noteworthy at the same time. I know that many of our committees are meeting by electronic means such as Zoom or WebEx or GoToMeet, and it is terribly difficult to operate any business, let alone a county function, while under these circumstances. So I very much appreciate everyone's ability to do what they can do. Thank you. Communications or petitions, please.
None tonight.
And I'm asking for any legislator comments, please. Hearing none. County managers report, please.
Jay, you're muted.
Most people would prefer me that way, Gary. Today, County EMS received, or will be receiving in the near future about 20,000 reusable masks as far as the COVID-19 response. There's a distribution list that's been put together that includes a number of congregate care facilities, also healthcare, and a number of other people. I believe even farm economy is going to see some of these distribution-wise, based on the backs and forth I saw with some of the members of the legislature. Also, if you noticed, our number now of positive cases is up to 140 here in Genesee County. Unfortunately, here in Western New York, including Erie and Niagara County, we are the number 3 county numbers-wise of the ones that you see on the front page of the Buffalo News every day, as far as the number of positive cases. At the same time, as you know, the Genesee County YouTube video program is going on that Matt and company have put together. And they've done more, there's 3 or 4 broadcasts up there already. Also this week with the facilitation of Dan Fisher, the Minister of the Fourth Estate over at WBTA. We also did a little video Zoom with regard to suggestions for people to deal with their COVID-19 checks. as far as some priorities they may want to think about. Both Christia Major from Tompkins, as well as Diana Fox, myself, and I forget, I'm trying to remember who the fourth person was. Thank you. And Tom Turnbull from the Chamber. Suggestions as to what to do with the funds, take care of certain priorities, look at what it is you can do to, so to speak, live to fight another day with regard to this infusion of cash, which is now occurring for about approximately 80 million people across the country. Most of the direct deposits have already occurred with regard to the first slug. All the quote unquote paper checks will be coming out over the next 3 to 4 weeks. And so that's also now very much in play with regard to this local economy, but also what people are seeing in terms of these very difficult times, a very short term, but hopefully a greatly utilizable infusion of cash into their various accounts. Also, I can tell you that this Thursday, Felipe will be doing a US Census. And for anybody here from the media, and particularly throughout all this COVID-19, the census has kind of gotten lost in the fray as far as what we should be doing and what we're trying to do as far as the full count initiative. While certain parts of the enumerator process and other things are on hold right now or temporarily delayed into the summer, there is obviously still significant opportunity for people to go online and fill out their census form and get themselves registered and completed as far as the 2020 census is concerned. I know we sound like a broken record sometimes, but this is vital to our funding here in Genesee County, both at the city, town, village, and county level with regard to state and federal funding in particular, but also sets our picture for the next 10 years with regard to what we are as a community. Sometimes our designation, as you know, oftentimes with Steve Hyde and GCDC, the micropolitan designation that we have. And again, they have predicted that our potential numbers could be very seriously negatively impacted if we as a group and across all 500 square miles of Genesee County don't take this seriously or just blow it off as far as, well, they'll get to eventually, or, you know, what do I matter in the census? Literally every person, every household, residents therein counts, and it's significant. And that's one of the things I know that Felipe will be talking about tomorrow on WBTA Main and Center at 9:05. That's all, Madam Chairman.
Jay, could you talk about the speed that the changes are coming for directives from the governor's office and the federal, and how it really impacts what we're able to do on a daily basis, please?
Well, for anybody who's watched one of the, I think it's about 11 or 11:30 daily Cuomo press conferences, which also occur on the weekends. We're now, I believe, up to 202.22 in terms of things connected to executive orders. Those things literally come from his news conference about a day and a half later. In some cases, we finally see what the written guidelines and the reality is, which then we, in many cases, have to react to. In some cases, ESD came out with things over this past weekend dealing with the ability of golf courses to open, but with very significant restrictions. There's a lot of uncertainty in certain other areas as far as essential versus non-essential businesses. But again, the state agencies are also following the lead of the governor himself as he makes these declarations. At the same time, obviously, there's significant goings on in Washington, D.C. COVID 3.5 funding from the federal government is essentially locked and loaded. I believe it will be voted by the House either this week or early next week. The Senate has passed it. Then the president has indicated he will sign it. Obviously, there's a lot of moving parts there, but the biggest piece is the PPP as far as the payroll protection plan for small businesses. We hope that what they indicated in there also in terms of testing equipment, which again is radically under available here in Western New York, I think, basically in all of the Western New York and Finger Lakes regions. But again, it's something that we every day are checking back on and circling back on. But even the details there we get from our people at NISAC. The playing field changes literally as the negotiations go on in Washington, D.C. And obviously in some cases in this state with the governor's office and Washington, D.C., that we only hope that between our friends at NISAC and our local representatives like Steve Hawley, like Michael Ranzanoff, our surrogate now, Tom Reed, he has really kind of taken us under his umbrella, which is a good thing because at least we now get direct information as far as, as a congressional congressional office is concerned, but also in terms of Senator Schumer. He's put out a lot of information. Obviously, NISAC again tries to keep track for us, but the moving parts are literally changing almost every hour with regard to both the pandemic, but also now what's happening as far as the new state budget, and also to a certain extent, some of these massive federal aid programs that are coming in either under the rubric of the FEMA program, which has now gone to 100% reimbursement for eligible costs, which is a good thing as we keeping track of those for us in the public sector here in New York State, but also with these various Fed STEM programs, which, as I indicated, now 3.5 is pretty much in the bank, so to speak, but they're also right away talking about 4.0.
Thank you. Any questions for County Manager, please? Hearing none, we will go to our resolutions.
Resolution 1, contract renewal, Justice for Children Advocacy Center, Office of Cleaning Services, approval of. Legislator Yunker offered the resolution.
I have a second from Legislator Dibble. Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Legislator Yunker,
Yes.
Dib-
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Torrey,
Yes.
Dalio,
Yes.
Clattenburg,
yes,
Meha,
yes,
Hilchi.
Yes.
Resolution 1 has passed. Resolution 2, please.
Renewal of bid pavement markings highway, approval of. Legislator Dibble offered the resolution.
I have a second from Legislator Young. Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Legislator Dibble,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Torrey,
Yes.
Dalio,
Yes.
Clattenburg,
yes,
Meha,
yes,
Hilchi,
Yes.
Yunker.
Yes.
Resolution 2 has passed. Resolution 3, please.
Rejection of bids highway road machinery, approval of. Legislator Clattenburg offered the resolution.
I have a second from Legislator Torrey. Comments or questions, please? Please call the roll.
Legislator Clattenburg,
yes,
Torrey,
Yes.
Dalio,
Yes.
Meha,
yes,
Hilchi,
Yes.
Yunker,
Yes.
Dibble,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Stein.
Yes. Resolution 3 has passed. Resolution 4, please.
Award of bid highway airport storage building. Legislator Hilchi offered the following resolution.
Legislator Hilchi, please.
Madam Chair, due to the current coronavirus pandemic and the possible devastating effects on our county budget, I move to table this resolution.
May I have a second, please?
I would second that, Madam Chair.
And a second from Legislator Meha. Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Legislator Hilchi,
Yes.
Meha,
Yes,
Yunker,
Yes.
Dibble,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Torrey,
Yes.
Dalio,
Yes.
Clattenburg.
yes,
Resolution 4 has been tabled. Thank you. Resolution 5, please.
Establish capital projects budget amendment facilities. Approval of. Legislator Clattenburg offered the following resolution.
I have a second from Legislator Meha. Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Legislator Clattenburg,
yes,
Meha,
yes,
Hilchi,
Yes.
Yunker,
Yes.
Dibble,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Tori,
Yes.
Dalio.
Yes.
Resolution 5 has passed. Thank you. Resolution 6, please.
Close capital projects, approval of. Legislator Young offered the resolution.
Legislator Hilchi has seconded the motion. Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Legislator Young,
Yes.
Hilchi,
Yes.
Yunker,
Yes.
Dibble,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Tori,
Yes.
Dalio,
Yes.
Plattenberg,
yes,
Meha.
yes,
Resolution 6 has passed. Resolution 7, please.
Human Resources COVID-19 paid sick leave policy. Legislator Clattenburg offered the resolution.
I have a second from Legislator Dibble. Comments or questions, please? Please call the roll.
Legislator Clattenburg,
yes,
Dibble,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Tori,
Yes.
Dalio,
Yes.
Meha,
yes,
Hilchi,
Yes.
Yunker.
Yes.
Resolution 7 has passed. Resolution 8, please.
Contract amendment and budget amendment. Health Department Emergency Preparedness approval of. Legislator Young offered the resolution.
Legislator Tory has seconded the resolution. Comments or questions, please? Please call the roll.
Legislator Young,
Yes.
Tori,
Yes.
Dalio,
Yes.
Plattenberg,
yes,
Meha,
yes,
Hilchi,
Yes.
Yunker,
Yes.
Dibble,
Yes.
Stein.
Yes. Resolution 8 has passed. Thank you. Resolution 9, please.
Standard workday and reporting resolution for elected and appointed officials. New York State Retirement System approval of. Legislator Hilchi offered the resolution.
I have a second from Legislator Delio. Comments or questions, please? Please call the roll.
Legislator Hilchi,
Yes.
Dalio,
Yes.
Plattenberg,
yes,
Meha,
yes,
Yunker,
Yes.
Dibble,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Tori.
Yes.
Resolution 9 has passed. Resolution 10, please.
County audit, April 22nd, approval of. Legislator Clattenburg offered the resolution.
I have a second from Legislator Meha. Thank you. Comments or questions? As the legislator that performed the audit today, I would just say that the revenue distribution payments to our partners in the towns and villages, along with the sales tax distribution to the city, were made in this audit. And we are pleased to be able to continue through with that program as initially started 2 years ago. And we appreciate that the towns and villages are aware of the situation ahead of us and in this COVID-19 pandemic time. And we look to continue to work closely with them so that the least amount of shared pain will be felt by all of us. Thank you. Further comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Legislator Clattenburg,
yes,
Meha,
yes,
Hilchi,
Yes.
Yunker,
Yes.
Dibble,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Tori,
Yes.
Dalio.
Yes.
Resolution 10 has passed. Legislator Clattenburg, please.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I would like to move on Rule 19. I make a motion to suspend the rules to address two timely resolutions. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Health Department is seeking an agreement with Monroe County for temporary housing for isolated and quarantined individuals. And in response to the COVID-19 pandemic and the unprecedented impact on county government, the county is seeking an MOA with local unions, approval of a furlough program, and authorization for the county manager to carry out furloughs.
I have a second from Legislator Young. Please call the roll.
Legislator Clattenburg,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Dalio,
Yes.
Meha,
yes,
Pelchi,
Yes.
Yunker,
Yes.
Dibble.
Yes.
The Rule 19 has passed. Resolution 11, please.
Agreement, Health Department with Monroe County Public Health Department, COVID-19 approval of. Legislator Young offered the following resolution. Whereas the Public Health Director did present an agreement with the Monroe County Health Department to provide temporary living quarters at the Clarion Point Hotel for both COVID-19 isolation and quarantine of individuals. And whereas the legislature did review this agreement and does recommend approval at this time, and whereas any and all proposed revisions to the agreement by the Monroe County Public Health Department are subject to the approval of the county attorney, now therefore be it resolved that the chair of the Genesee County Legislature is hereby authorized and directed to execute an agreement with the Monroe County Public Health Department at 130 South Plymouth Avenue, Rochester, New York, 14614, to provide hotel rooms for temporary housing for isolation and quarantine at a rate of $140 per room per night for April and $144.74 per room per night for May, from April 1st, 2020 until December 31st, 2020. The budget implications, our expenses will be offset with the COVID-19 funding, which is included in the 2020 4010 amended budget.
Comments or questions, please?
Paul, you're on there. Why don't you give a little more explanation, please?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yes. Welcome.
Okay,
Paul.
perfect. Yeah, so this resolution is allowing us to have an ultimate location to house any folks that need to be under quarantine and or isolation related to COVID-19. Part of the process when we have a new positive or someone that needs to be quarantined as a direct contact is we have to do an assessment of their living quarters and the housing availability that they have to make sure it's suitable for quarantine and isolation. And part of that is making sure they have separate bathrooms, separate areas where they can live and function, so to speak. So this resolution allows us to have the ability to partner with Monroe County, who has secured the facility at the Clarion Point as their location in Monroe County to place folks that need alternate housing for COVID-19 activities. And they've been generous and willing to partner with us to allow us to put folks from Genesee and Orleans County that may need that level of a housing option. We looked at many different options locally, and this is the most cost beneficial to the county, so to speak, and having to secure an independent facility on our own. So we were very pleased again that they were willing to partner with us. And again, funding we have through the CDC that partly what was just approved earlier will be going to help pay for any folks that may need to be housed there.
Further questions or comments for our public director?
Madam Chairman, Genesee County Attorney Kevin Earl, may I be heard?
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to advise the legislature that both myself and the Orleans County Attorney have reviewed and approved this agreement. However, it's my understanding that Monroe County has not. And so I asked the language to be put in there in case they have some revisions, which don't change the agreement, obviously the amounts, that I be allowed to have you sign the agreement subject to my approval for any revisions that are asked by Monroe County. That's it.
Thank you. Further comments or questions?
Madam Chair, I have a question for Paul.
Yes. Legislator Meha.
Paul, who would transport these individuals down to this location in Monroe County?
Yeah, so transportation would be either provided by us at the health department and or independent transportation if the folks have vehicles. These are not, folks that are being non-compliant, et cetera. These are just general members of our community that don't have safe and approved housing. So we would work with the individual, work with Monroe County to make sure that they arrived at the facility, and then they would take over the daily monitoring for the quarantine or isolation period.
You know if Monroe County has persons there now?
We do not have anybody at the facility now. Fortunately, we've been in a situation where any of the folks that we've had under quarantine and isolation to date have all been able to, we've been able to secure suitable housing for all of them. This is just in case we need it moving forward.
Does Monroe County have people there?
They do. Yep. They have been utilizing the facility. And I can't speak currently if they have anybody there, but I know they have had folks at the facility over last month.
Thank you.
I just had a quick question.
Legislator,
Go ahead. Paul, who's providing food for the people in quarantine at this hotel?
Yeah, so part of the agreement, the rate that's listed there, that includes the lodging, the room, the bedding, everything. So it's all inclusive in that rate. So essentially what would happen is if we identified someone that needed to go there, we would essentially turn over the care of the quarantine and isolation to Monroe County, since now they're going to be technically residents of Monroe County during that time period. And they would be released from quarantine and isolation from them after their time period is up.
Thank you.
Yep.
further comments, questions? Please call the roll.
Legislator Young,
Yes.
Tory,
Yes.
Dalio,
Yes.
Wittenberg,
Yes.
Meha,
Yes.
Pelche,
Yes.
Yunker,
Yes.
Dibble,
Yes.
Stein.
Yes. Resolution 11 has passed. Paul Pettit, while you're still with us, I just would like to express our sadness at the loss of another community member due to COVID-19, and to share that our sympathies go out to the families as they grieve their loved ones. And please know that they're not alone in their sorrow, that we join with them at the time of their loss. Thank you. Resolution 12, please.
MOA between the County of Genesee and Civil Service Employees Association, Local 1000, AFSCME, AFL-CIO, Genesee County Unit 6950-00 of Local 819 Furlough Program. Approval of, authorize, and direct the county manager to carry out furloughs for certain identified county employees during the COVID-19 pandemic. Legislator Clattenburg offered the following resolution. Whereas the current COVID-19 outbreak and subsequent effect on state of New York has resulted in an unprecedented impact to all businesses and public entities, including Genesee County government. And whereas the county manager, assistant county manager, and human resources director have consulted with the county's legal counsel to devise a memorandum of understanding with CSCA Local 819 General Unit and recommend approval at this time. Therefore, be it resolved that the Genesee County Legislature does hereby authorize and direct the chairperson to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Civil Service Employees Association, Local 1000, AFSCME, AFL-CIO, Unit 6950-00 of Local 819, related to the COVID-19 furlough program, and be it further resolved that the Genesee County Legislature hereby authorizes and directs the county manager to carry out furloughs as outlined in the Memorandum of Understanding for certain identified CSCA county employees and management employees under the same terms and conditions as the CSCA union, effective at the end of the workday on Friday, April 24th, 2020, for a period of up to July 31st, 2020.
I have a second from Legislator Hilche. Comments or questions, please?
Madam Chair, I have a question.
Yes.
In parts of the resolution, it says memorandum of agreement, and other parts it says memorandum of understanding. Shouldn't they all read the same, maybe as memorandum
Yes.
of understanding?
Yes, they should, Gary. They are, it is a memorandum of agreement. You're right. Thank you.
We will make that edit. Further comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Legislator Clattenburg,
Yes.
Pelchi,
Yes.
Yunker,
Yes.
Dibble,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Torrey,
Yes.
Delio,
Yes.
Mayha.
Yes.
Resolution 12 has passed. I would ask now for any unfinished business before the legislature. Hearing none, I would take a motion to adjourn. I have a motion from Legislator Yunker and a second from Legislator Hilchi. Please call the roll.
Legislator Yunker,
Yes.
Pelchi,
Yes.
Dibble,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Stein,
Yes.
Torrey,
Yes.
Delio,
Yes.
Clattenburg,
Yes.
Mayha.
Yes.
Our meeting is adjourned. Thank you one and all for your attendance.
Be safe, socially distance, people.
Thank you.